Hey guys, Ron, and in this episode we are going to be talking about paths and waypoints. So to just make things a little easier, I've placed 3 units. I've placed myself as Alpha 1-1 and just 2 Wasps as the other units in my squad. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set a waypoint on this base and a secondary waypoint so that you can see how the waypoint system works, and then I'm going to make a path between those 2 waypoints. So first let's actually make the waypoint here at the base, and again, know where your cursor is. This stuff's important, so we're going to call this base waypoint. And then I'm going to go, my idea is to move somewhere towards this part of the map over here and just tell them to, let's pick the other base, just hidden way down here in the mountains. And we'll pick a new waypoint and we'll rename it. Nope. Alright, so we got a couple of waypoints, and now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a path between those 2 waypoints. So I just was playing with the path a minute ago. I'll delete this one and I'll make a new one. So now I suggest naming it so you know what it does. Can't type today. So what I'm going to do is put one somewhere. It depends on the type of path you're making, but I'm doing aircraft here. So I'm going to make the path in the air somewhere a little out here, and I'm going to just kind of tilt it this way, tell it to make a new point so it gets the position, the altitude, the everything. And then what I want to do is actually guide them through this little canal right here, because I don't know, to be cool. Face this way a little bit, and then we'll tell it to make another point, and then we'll continue moving forward, tell it to make another point, and then as you can see it's connecting the dots, and then we will make another point, but we'll start to go up a little. Make our next point, and then now we want to just head towards the mountain. So face this way with the cursor, and not quite that far, make another point. And then I want to get the, say maybe the user to follow into this little crevasse that I've made right here so that we can get a good view into where we're supposed to go, and then make the next waypoint item pointing like into the cave or the tunnel. Make a new waypoint, and then we'll actually go down into, here we go. We'll go down into here, very close to the ground, and we'll put the next waypoint in so that we can have them approach the runway. And with this, hopefully they'll be able to see what we're doing, and they'll land at the runway. So I'm going to go back with that. So now we have our 2 waypoints and our path between our waypoints, so that I obviously can do whatever I want. But now what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to tell these units what they're going to want to do. So we want them to follow that path that I made to go to the other one. So we can specify if you want to give them a default one. So we're going to tell their default behavior is to take a path, and then we're going to tell them that this path that they're taking is the between bases path. I'd say don't give them a default orbit point, or even specify anything along those lines, because they'll get right into the air, they'll follow the orbit point, and then I assume they will hover at the waypoint around the base, or just use the base as a hover point. I'm still not quite sure how the AI is programmed. So it's kind of really that easy to connect waypoints, paths to units, and tell them what to do. And if you are messing with the conditional system, you can do certain things with setting paths for units if conditions are met, so you can play with that and then set some properties. I believe on one of the events we'll get to some of that in later tutorial. So it can really work well with trying to combine things together and navigating the AI and the enemy to do things, and even friendly units to do things that can better fit the scenarios that you're trying to build. Alright, well, we'll catch you guys next time.